Alright, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, Connor on Chain. We got Bitcoin, crypto absolutely cranking, guys. This is massive, absolutely huge for the market. So in my previous videos, I have claimed that Bitcoin was probably going to come down and then dump before we went up. And I said it twice, two different videos, that we were going to come down probably to 64. Ended up not even happening. We just literally God candled exactly what, it did exactly what I thought would be way too obvious, but yet somehow it just pulls it off. Incredibly bullish strength here in the market right now. That does not account for any, very short-term pullbacks and stuff here. Because like I've been saying as well, it's going to be make or break for the parabola, and it's been holding this parabola for months. This is how I love looking at structure sometimes, and especially in crypto. I've noticed on a high time frame, parabolas end up really playing out. This is just one of the most simple ones that I've seen. It's just held, continued to hold. To me, when I see this though, a lot of times I'm just like waiting until we get a pullback that completely breaks that parabola. But it's literally up only right now. And the reason why I flip it though, I love to look at crypto structure upside down. To me, it just helps me gauge a lot of different charts and patterns. I just read it upside down better. I don't know why. But I want to pull up a few things because it's mainly just going to be some large cap stuff. And then I might pull up, maybe a meme coin. Because, guys, we've been seeing memes explode. I am going to pull up meme coins after this. We'll pull up a few. So, like I said, we got Bitcoin covered a little bit. It's 75K. That is huge. This was legitimately like an 8-9% candle, maybe even more. Before this, the time flipped here. That was crazy. And same with Solana. I think Solana was on a 13% candle. Yeah, what is it? 10, 12, something like that. But anyways, same with Solana. Solana's structure does look very bullish now. And same thing, it is following this parabola, very similar to what Bitcoin did with the huge wick, continued up structure, or bullish structure rather. Now it's just going to be can Solana now break over 220, something like that. But what's also very, very bullish for the market right now is this massive God candle on ETH. Did not think we'd see the day for this clunker, this old dino coin. I feel like I've seen people just shitting on ETH for so long, and I don't blame them. This thing has been down only forever. Finally coming back up, looking very good here. Very short term, I'm expecting easily some chop, but that should not even phase you at all. I'd say any dips at this point, even pretty good sized dips, 100% should be bought up. Once we start going very heavy into price discovery, that's going to be a completely different topic of discussion. And I'm mainly talking about for Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is just holding very well. I do expect some sort of decent pullback over time, but again, I think structure looks good. But back to ETH though, let me pull up ETH again before I finish. Like I said, I think if it holds around 28, even a little above 2,800 over the next day, even 2 days, maybe we continue to see it chop. Maybe retest this as like a support. Maybe it builds a little momentum, comes back down into the range for some reason, and then giga sends. Would not be surprised if that happens. It could do anything. This could literally just tap this on one red candle and then just continue up, So again, my predictions seem to be going against me, but going against me in the right direction lately. So I might just say we're going to tank on ETH and it's just going to continue to God candle. Maybe that'll help. So Well, we'll see what happens. But like I said, Sol structure looks very good. ETH looks very bullish. Finally, Bitcoin. Nothing else to say. We got Sui here. Sui is looking very good as well. Literally almost at all-time highs. Like right there. But Sui, if you guys are looking at Sui, this chart for a long time, to me it looked very odd, Came down all the way back up here. All the way in March. Huge dip. And then it is now back literally at all-time highs. I guarantee within a few days this is going to break $2.50. Hit price discovery, and I think a lot of Sui memes, even a couple of Sui projects that are out on Sui, are going to do pretty well. But specifically, I don't really cover the Sui ecosystem too much. I have brought it up on the channel that it is one to definitely watch for, because I think if there's going to be a chain that is going to end up having, a head-to-head with Solana, kind of just like how, last cycle, ETH was the main chain, right? But Solana was like the up-and-coming chain that really, I don't want to say took over, because it didn't take over, but, really like competed with ETH. I think for this cycle, if you leave out ETH out of the equation, Solana is the main chain this cycle, and you got Sui right there that is going to be the main competitor to Sol. But again, for this cycle, I still think very much so ETH and Sol are very relevant. I think for any sort of crypto infrastructure, especially for major players right now, and mainly most utility coins across the board are still built on ETH. I don't know too much about Solana, their smart contract structure, how a lot of that stuff works, if it's really good or bad for devs. But I've heard, it's nothing, that ETH can't do. If anything, I think ETH can do more than a lot of what Solana can do, which is why Solana is mainly for meme coins right now, right? But outside of that, I'm not even trying to compare it. That's not really like an issue at all or anything. But I mainly wanted to pull up a few things here, and then I want to pull up so let's pull up some memes, guys. We'll pull up a couple of my top conviction, my favorite coins that we on the channel here have been talking about for months on months on months. Retardio, 220 million, hit an all-time high. Absolutely massive. We got in all the way down here, rode this up, rode this down, continued to accumulate, and then boom, came all the way back down, another spot to potentially add, and boom, multi-month addition, or accumulation rather, where you could have got in, and then it is now at all-time highs, which is incredibly bullish. But in my opinion, this is still just a start. A lot of people see this chart. If you guys do have a lot of money in Retardio, you haven't sold, taking some profits off the table is it could definitely be a great time to take profits. But again, looking at it from a high time frame cycle perspective, we are still fairly low from where we almost can guarantee price is going to go, right? So I think to take profits, yes, maybe short term if you're, really good at timing tops and bottoms like this, selling up here, buying back in, you're not too worried about things, then yes, maybe selling here and then waiting for another dip could be a good move. But personally, I'm literally not touching these conviction bags until I see Bitcoin well in price discovery, until I see Solana well in price discovery, until we see retail really jumping into this market like crazy, even though I feel like it's actually starting already because of this God candle on Bitcoin and everything. But that is what I'm waiting for before I take a lot of profits off the table on a few conviction coins, It's like I personally call them conviction because I buy them with the intent to hold them through an entire leg up in a bull run. I'm not trading to get sometimes not even a 5 to 10x, 15x. Like I'm holding for 20, 30, 40x's on certain coins, even though currently, this is technically up right now about an 8x to 10x with size. from where we got in, around 20 million. In between 20 to 30 million was the accumulation. But like I said, I mean, to see retarded at 400 million, 500, 600 million, just by being patient over time and waiting, to me that is, I don't know. I easily can see that happening. It's probably the number one meme coin, in my opinion, on Solana. Still very undervalued for what it is. Another one I consistently bring up here, guys, is Moo the Bull, sitting at 135 million. So the two that I just brought up, they are somewhat higher in market cap. They're not micro caps, but at the same time, they still have a ton of room for upside. Honestly, if you're in meme coins, you don't really know too much about meme coins and how to look into them, how to evaluate. Sometimes some of the easiest plays that you can do, guys, is just finding meme coins that are actually somewhat higher in market cap already, that are somewhat established, and legitimately just hold for a while. It's like if you look at, I don't know, a bunch of random larger coins, it's like even just Popcat. If you guys know too, I mean, Popcat's, I can't I can't deny Popcat has been probably the number one cat coin, and that kills me to say it, because Mogcoin, in my opinion, no matter what, is the number one cat coin, number one culture coin, and this is the wrong pair. But Popcat, if you just held for a long period of time, guys, consistent, just up and down, like, yes, you can try to time it and trade it, but a lot of it is legitimately holding really good assets for a long span of time through major ups and downs. That is literally what conviction is. So I want to pull up, like one or two more coins as well. But, those are probably still my two favorite Solana meme coins outside of Mogcoin on ETH. Those are legitimately my three favorite coins for the cycle still going forward. But yeah, even Popcat, I mean, dude, I don't know. This is one of the most insane charts, though, I've ever seen. Just up only. I honestly would not recommend buying. It just seems so topped out. I think for me to actually want to look at Popcat right now and want to jump in, I would want to see the chart do something like this. But, I mean, is it going to do that going into December, January, February, March right now? Probably not. It's not going to be going down when the entire market is going to be cranking in the next 2 to 3 months. So this is probably just going to continue, maybe a little dip, and then continue even higher. So again, I can't hate on Popcat anymore. It's like the strength is just absolutely undeniable. But like I said, guys, there's so many meme coins. I wanted to bring up Lock-in and Aura. This Lock-in is still a strong coin, 100 million. Lock-in has been absolutely killing it too. This was another call in our Discord. Same exact idea though, just a long-term hold. But picture, but these I think are just earlier holds. I think the call for Lock-in was at 15 million. So this is at what, an 8x now? Just being patient, holding through the ups and downs. Because once you just get a great entry, I think Lock-in is going to continue to have incredible strength. But you know what? Again, once we see Sol all-time highs, Bitcoin well into price discovery, we see the next leg up. Every single coin, no matter what levels they're at, they're going to crank even harder. That is what I'd be waiting for before any sort of, when I say full sell targets, like selling out of everything. On this channel, though, I definitely want to be making videos when the time is very near and when I'm planning on selling most of my bags. I've made some like exit strategy videos of how I'm personally, focusing. But like I said, that is one of the main factors. It's going to be seeing top signals everywhere, and just staying very level-headed, regardless of how like, near this top could be, whether it is in 2 months from now, right? Or, if we go up, down again, and maybe in 9 months from now, we're at 110K. If it looks topped out over there, we're going to be watching for signs of that, of just heavy top signals. And again, not from the memes, because we're looking for heavy top signals from Bitcoin, ETH, and Solana. Because if those look topped out, then if we start to see a lot of allocation going from these large caps into the meme coins, that is going to send them even higher. So it's going to be a combination of many things. But in my opinion, guys, if you are looking for coins to add, Mumu is the one I just brought up, still at a great long-term entry. This is going to be one of the most obvious plays probably on the channel. I've been preaching Mumu the Bull now for probably, 4 months, and it's still sideways. At some point, this will catch up. I could easily see Mumu, its next leg up, going to like 250 mil, to upwards of 400 million, maybe even higher. Once it really starts to get bullish in price action, clean momentum, and really go into a price discovery, that thing is going to crank. But last one I'm bringing up here right now is we got Aura. And the reason why I like Aura though, and why I like culture coins, guys, is because these are terms and words that a lot of people that are going to be aping into crypto, that are new to the space, they're going to be very familiar with these words. It's as simple as that. Aura is very common word, and it's still only at 30 million. This I do expect to legitimately reprice to well over 100 million at some point, maybe upwards of 150, 200 million. But it's just going to be a patience game. Same thing, it is still pretty bottomed out. The initial range that I pointed out is kind of in this box. It was in between about 0.006 to about 0.017. So it's starting to actually move from the initial range, but like I said, it's still pretty low, still early, and not financial advice, guys. I just definitely can see this coin having a huge run. Maybe not an up only leg like this, but maybe it comes up, comes back down, nice pump, boom, whatever it's got to do, right, through October, November, December. This is a multi-$100 million coin. At least 150, 200 million, I think easily I could see that hitting. But again, it's just going to be holding and being patient, right? So as of right now, that is mainly all I'm focusing on in the market. Outside of, I'm doing a lot of stuff with AI coins, but I'm not bringing anything up in this video. I'll probably make a video tomorrow, the next day, covering just a lot of AI coins that I'm paying attention to. But outside of that, guys, I appreciate you watching, and the golden bull lies ahead. This is huge for the market. This is overall major confirmation that we are going so much higher from here. So again, I appreciate you guys watching. I will see you in the next video. Thanks.